Shawnee RC. Welcome back to the B7. And we've had an epiphany, a brainwave, a silly moment. Davide Ungaro signed that. Pretty cool. Should really put it on the shelf, but I need a shell. Let's get painting. So, as you will know watching this channel, the last few weeks, borderline, a couple of months, we've had endless issues with heat, temperatures, ruining almost every race, every single race that I've been to. 3 minutes, 4 minutes, car just drops off. Now bear in mind this is stock. I have to apologise, I've got a bit of a sore throat. This car has never let me down. The motor, an ESC, something has. I've tried everything. Let's take a look. Gigantic fan, 40 mil. A secondary fan, which is not on there currently. There was a secondary fan. New ESCs, motors. I just couldn't work it out. So many races I've lost or just have not had the best experience because the car's just fading, overheating, to the point where I nearly gave up with it and got the nitro out, but videos to come. But we've cracked it. We've cracked it. So the technical term for drive frequency or similar is pulse width modulation. That is ultimately how a modern ESC works. Now let's dive into that. The amount of pulses per second is measured in hertz, which is the frequency. Ideally, the more pulses or the higher the frequency, the better. It will give a smoother feel overall and less motor temps. Ideal. Probably not best to have this on 1004, especially the way I drive. So what happens in the other direction? So lowering the frequency or having less pulses or bursts, cycles, will give you more torque, more power with the expense of more heat. Obviously being stock, that's not something that we want. Now, I know it all sounds a little bit complex and there's probably people that are watching this that know a little bit more about it than me, but that's been my experience with drive frequency. Higher the number, smoother the output. I kind of think of it like an LED light. If you ever look through an LED light through a camera or a GoPro, things like that, you can see them flicker. I believe that's because LED lights are actually always flickering, but the human eye actually is at a certain frequency and we see it as one continuous light. When you look through them through cameras on certain lights, it can flicker. I kind of see this as slightly similar. You raise the frequency so there's more pulses, it smoothens it out, you have a little bit less power, but what I found was I actually gave it much more controllability. I was able to drive the car not only at a cooler temperature, not overheating, but actually it was a lot smoother as well. I can see why maybe if you move to a 17.5 you might want to try and bring that down and find the balance there because you want that extra power. But with the 10.5 and the 13.5, personally I found that a frequency of 4 or 6 brought my motor temps down by 15 to 20 degrees, which was game changing. We finished a run, the motor was cool, and I think we found a problem. Now what I'd love for you guys to do, if you run a hobby wing, ESC and motor, or similar, and you can change that drive frequency, there's going to be a lot of people watching this video that might have overheating issues. I think it'll be awesome if you can comment below what drive frequency you run on and why, what sort of motor temps are you running, and don't forget your turn motor as well, so it's relevant to everyone. But for me, 13.5 or 10.5, 4 to 6k brought my aggressive driving down to an acceptable temperature. I was able to finish the run. Now we can concentrate on getting the setup right for the car and not focusing on trying to keep cool. I'm Shawnee RC. I'll see you in the next one.